Hey guys, Rivethead here. Welcome to Lamplight City. Now I was given this game as a copy by the developers to play, so I just want to get that out front. It's done by Grandislav Games. Came out September 13th, so it's fairly recent. I have not played anything about it. All I know it's an adventure game. I love old school adventure games. Very positive rating so far on Steam. Currently it's 1750 Canadian. I think it's around 15 US, but we'll see. Positive ratings. Okay,
rough night?
Bit too much Bollingworth ale is all. That stuff really creeps up on you.
And you don't
Sorry I
drink it.
couldn't join you, but I was long overdue for a quiet night in with Addie.
That's fine. There'll be plenty of other opportunities.
Always room for beer.
Hell, maybe Adelaide can even join us. It's been ages since she last drank me under the table.
Afraid she mostly sticks to tea these days.
I know what that feels like.
Miles, what exactly is it we're looking into? I may have dozed off during the briefing.
Drunks.
You sleep through the briefings?
Sure, it's really not that difficult. Snelling's monotonous drone works better than Cold Tit's emulsified soporific.
Very
Wow.
funny. Anyway, it's a burglary at the Hambrook Flower Shop.
A burglary, eh? How dull. At least we'll have enough time to get a drink afterwards.
Of course.
You seem awfully certain of that.
I am. In fact, I'd bet the devil my head that we're done within the hour.
Interesting.
Well, the devil's going to be disappointed that his winnings are so meager.
Okay, hello?
Ah, we've arrived. After you, Bill.
I guess you gotta let the drunk stagger out of the carriage first. Okay. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Colomdinly? Whew. No idea. Man, this was just nostalgic as hell.
Thank you. Keep the change.
I haven't played a game that looks like this in ages. Well, that looks like a blimp
And
up
so, our night of excitement
there. Or a
begins.
Zeppelin, I guess.
You more than anyone else should know that there's rarely a dull night in Chumley.
I have a feeling tonight
Chumley.
will be the exception. Until we get to the pub, that is.
Keep your mind on the case, Bill. Now let's get a move on.
How'd they get Chumley out of that? Okay. Go to the door.
Come on, Bill.
Charming little place, isn't it?
I would say
Charming,
so.
but empty. We need to find the owner.
Always
ring the
so
bell.
to the point, Fordham. If ever there was a better time to stop and smell the flowers.
I think I'll leave that to you, Bill.
With my allergies, hardly.
I think Bill's got a bit of a problem. Ring the bell, ding dong. Ring the bell.
Be right there.
Thank you. Oh, there she is.
Oh, hello, gentlemen. I must say you caught me by surprise. I was preparing to close soon.
Well, you're
May I
stepping out,
help
lady.
you find anything? The flowers in the center display are half-price this week, and I have a special on chrysanthemums today. Or perhaps a custom bouquet for the special ladies in your lives?
She assumes a lot.
I have no need myself, but maybe Adelaide would appreciate a little something. Eh, Miles? Those peonies in the corner look nice.
I'm afraid we're not here as customers tonight, ma'am. We'd like to have a word with the proprietor. Is he in?
Why are you not assuming
I
it's her?
see. I'm Cecilia Handbook, and this
There
is
you
my
go.
shop. What can I do for you, gentlemen?
Sexist
I'm Detective
bastards.
Miles Fordham, and this is my partner, William Legere. We received a report of a burglary at your store.
A report? From whom? I never contacted the police before, and I didn't this time, either.
It was made anonymously. But are you saying this isn't the first time it's happened?
Correct. It's happened 3 times.
Interesting.
But considering the police hardly care about the daily muggings and vandalisms around here, I didn't think they would be interested in something so trivial.
Well, we're here now, and we'll do all we can to help you.
We'll have to see about that.
If you wouldn't mind, Mrs. Handbrook, I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Uh-oh.
Very well, Detective.
Who's your enemies? Oh.
Could you give me the details concerning the burglaries?
About 3 weeks ago on Monday, I noticed that my order of Easter lilies was missing. At first, I thought nothing of it. Sometimes certain types of flowers are unavailable or arrive in poor condition. These things happen. Then 2
Okay.
weeks ago on Wednesday, it happened again. But this time I noticed something rather odd.
Go on.
Odd, you
When I
say?
opened the shop, there were 6 crowns and 10 shillings on the counter. That's exactly the cost of 2 orders of lilies. Last Friday, it happened yet again. The lilies were missing, and there was payment for 1 order on the counter. I believe that
See.
someone has been breaking into my shop after hours, taking the lilies, and leaving money behind.
How unusual.
I would say so. Got a clue.
Have you noticed any suspicious characters lurking around?
Detective Fordham, this is Chumley. You can't throw a stone without
how you
hitting
get
a
Chumley out of that?
suspicious character. And if you've noticed my window, you'd be aware that stones get thrown around quite a bit in this neighborhood. If you're looking for trouble, you're far more likely to find it out there than in here.
I meant if you'd seen anyone out of the ordinary near your shop.
Only the 2 men from the police who entered it tonight. That is most definitely out of the ordinary.
So you're saying us? Okay.
Have you found any evidence of a break-in?
No, the front door is always locked. My assistant Trevor and I are the only ones with the key.
Are there any other points of access to the building?
The upstairs windows, I suppose, but I make sure to keep them locked, and neither of them have been broken.
Okay.
Would you allow us to have a look upstairs?
Is that really necessary? I was just about to close up the shop.
Well, I'm going to
It
look.
won't take but a moment.
Fine, I suppose you may, but please, don't dally too long.
Don't you tell me what to do, lady.
So this burglar has been paying for the stolen goods?
That would appear to be the case, yes. I really don't think this could even be
Weird.
considered a crime. That's one of the reasons I didn't bother reporting it to the police.
And the
Understandable.
other reasons?
Oh, I think I've already made those quite clear, Detective.
You don't trust the coppers.
You mentioned your assistant has the other shop key. What can you tell me about him?
His name is Trevor Hastings, and he has been working for me for the past 10 years.
Do you trust him?
Implicitly. I've known him for ages, and he has been my full-time assistant since shortly after my husband died.
Oh,
You're not suggesting he had anything to do with this, are
never.
you?
Why would I
Not
suggest
at
anything?
all. I would like to speak with him, though. Where might I find him?
At the bar.
It's Friday, so he should be on his way back from the docks right now. He'll be bringing my flower order within the hour.
Good. We'll meet him here, then. If that's all right with you.
I suppose I don't really have much of a choice, do
Not
I?
really. We're going to tie things up for you for quite a while, lady.
Have you been in business long?
Yes,
At least
I
over 10
opened
years.
this shop 30 years ago, along with my late husband, David. But the past 10 years, I've been running things on my own.
Don't you feel unsafe being here by yourself so late into the night?
Detective, when you've lived in this part of town as long as I have, it takes quite a lot to scare you.
Boo. Boo.
I think that's all the
Scared yet?
information I need for now.
All
Yeah.
right, Detective.
Okay. Okay, so the top right casebook. Okay, find the point of entry upstairs, wait for Trevor Hastings. Okay. And we got... Cool. No suspects yet, no documents yet, so we're going to go upstairs. We're going to go to the doorway, private area. Now,
Interesting choice of decor in here.
yep.
Perhaps it wasn't always used as a storeroom, although I can understand why it would have been converted.
Yeah, it is rather drafty in here.
Well, if it's drafty, that means that there's something wrong with the windows are...
The window latch, securely locked.
Okay.
Interesting. There's a gap between the window and the frame here. No wonder it's so drafty in this room. I wonder.
What
could
are you thinking,
Open
Ford?
that latch from that.
And it's
easy.
time for an experiment.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a tool, however. Something long and thin should do the trick.
Coat hanger.
Shouldn't be too hard to find something like that around here.
Oh, God. Okay. So let's
Seems
look
to
in
be the
here.
broken pot storage area.
Why not just throw them away, I wonder?
It's likely they're going to be repaired. I noticed some faint cracks in some of the pots downstairs. Unmarked, but if the smell is anything to go by, this is where the flowers are stored when delivered.
I'll keep my distance then.
Yeah, probably safer that way. A device.
I've seen this type of device before. It's a special container for growing plants. Specific temperature and water conditions can be adjusted. Seems to be empty right now, though, and judging by the dust, it hasn't been used in a long time, if ever.
Okay.
It seems Mrs. Hanbrook isn't too fond of steam tech, or just doesn't understand it.
Fascinating device, although it has no...
Okay, shelf.
Seems to be the broke...
Why not just throw them away?
It's like
Okay. Then we did the crates, pictures.
a young lady. Perhaps a relation of Mrs. Hanbrook?
I can see
Maybe.
the resemblance. Sort of.
Okay. Crates we did. Large window.
I don't think this window would serve as a viable means of entry.
It's a nice view, though. You can hardly see the vomit and manure piles on the street
Wow.
from up here.
Like your optimism, buddy. The heater. Let's open the heater.
I would imagine that keeping a consistent temperature in here is important for the flowers.
When do you
flowers?
suppose this contraption was last serviced?
Hard to say. Definitely not recently, if the dust buildup is any indication. A pastoral landscape. Definitely nowhere near...
I've never much understood art.
Okay. So pretty much done everything, and this is what you do in these old-timey games. Kind of look around for all this stuff. See if there's... Okay, we're gonna talk
Bill?
to Bill. Sure, let's go
What's
to
going
Miller.
on, Miles?
I've heard of honor among thieves, but have you ever known a thief to pay for stolen goods?
Interesting.
Perhaps conducting normal business is just too boring for him. Do you think he
I
might
like
be
the
doing it for
concept
the
of
thrill?
like
There
kind of
could be
bouncing
any number
stuff
of
off
reasons.
your
The
partner.
best way to find out is to catch the culprit and ask him ourselves.
Yeah, that's one idea.
You ever miss living out here, Bill?
About as much as you missed stepping in that pile of horseshit last week.
I was distracted by that story you were telling me about your sister. How's she doing out west, anyway?
Well, she's not in the chum, so... fantastic. Living here was about as fun as wearing a vest made of meat to a dogfight. I'm glad we both
Kinda
managed
sounds
to
like
get out.
fun.
Oh, and by the way, Miles, you didn't do such a great job of cleaning your shoes.
That would explain all the funny looks I've been getting.
Wow.
The gap in the window upstairs is intriguing.
Do you think it might be the point of entry?
Indeed. I just need to find something long and thin to confirm my theory.
Yeah.
I think you were born with something like that, Miles.
I was
You're
going to say
disgusting,
you were
Bill.
assuming that.
I know. That's why I always do the dirty work.
Oh my god.
Still feeling rough, Bill?
Yes. But I'll feel better once this case is finished and we can go down to the Angel for a pint or four.
Hair of the
4
dog?
pints. Good God.
Better medicine.
What's your impression of dear old Mrs. Hanbrook?
I like her. Good old-fashioned, tough-as-nails Chumley woman. Reminds me of my mother.
Your mother was never quite so stubborn. Why do you suppose she's so reluctant to accept our help?
It's a chum thing, Miles. You wouldn't understand.
Let's
Okay.
get back to it.
All right.
Let's wander around the room for a hot second as we go and do things. Okay. I don't think that there's anything in here to look for. Okay, hotspot icons will change when there's new interactions are available. Okay.
I have a few more questions for you, Mrs. Hanbrook.
Very well, Detective. If it will help you conclude your investigation faster.
Mrs. Hanbrook, were you aware that there's a gap in the frame of the small upstairs window?
Is there? I only go up there to check that the window is locked. I've never noticed a gap. Are you suggesting that's how the burglar...
Yes.
It's a distinct possibility, but I have yet to figure out exactly...
Well, I trust you'll come to a satisfactory...
I think that's all the information I need.
All right, Detective.
Okay. So let's look at the... I'm just looking for whatever tool it is I need.
Not too many left. Seems business isn't so bad around here.
Well, you know what they say. There are only 3 certainties in life. Death, taxes, and people taking advantage of sales.
It's a really weird one. Flower displays.
This is quite the selection.
This
Come
could
over
be
here and take a
something.
whiff, Bill.
Sure, if you don't mind me getting snot all over your coat.
Oh, no, not the Myers case all over again. On second thought, you can just stay over there.
Okay.
Aha! This hook is exactly what I need.
That's what I needed.
Mrs. Hanbrook, may I borrow this hook for a few minutes? It's crucial to our investigation.
Is that so?
Yes.
Yes, I promise I'll put it back as soon as I'm done.
Please do, Detective.
Woohoo! Okay, so let's go back upstairs. I don't know, I've always found these things kind of fun. Okay, so we should be
Good.
able to use a gap.
Bill, it's time for our experiment.
And what is this experiment going to be exactly?
Simple. I'm going to see if this hook can get me inside the shop.
This should be fun.
Rather dark out here.
Watch your step, then. This experiment of yours isn't worth a broken neck.
You never
I'll
know.
be fine. Now then, could you please close and lock the window, Bill?
That was easy. Good thing I had my hand-eye coordination.
Well, I'd say
going.
this is fairly incontrovertible proof that the building can easily be broken into without arousing suspicion.
Where'd you learn how to do that, anyway?
You
Lockpick
taught
in
me,
school.
remember?
Nah. Are you sure it was me?
You're probably
Positive.
drunk.
We were a few pints in at the Angel
Knew
about
it.
5 years ago, and you decided I should learn how to pick locks.
What else have I taught you how to do while drunk?
That would be
Everything
telling.
bad. Okay, so let's go back down and talk to our old friend here. Nope.
Ah, Trevor.
Hey, Trevor.
Evening, Cecilia. I've got the order ready to bring in.
Trevor, these are Detectives Fordham and Leger. They say there's been a report about the burglaries, and they're here investigating.
Why'd you say it's so weird?
I only did it because I think it's been going on too long. As much as you want to, we can't handle this ourselves.
We can discuss the matter later. In the meantime, the detective would like a word with you.
I'll be needing to bring in the flowers first, if that's all right. Otherwise, some hooligan's likely to run off with them.
Probably
My
smart.
partner will keep an eye on your flowers. Bill, would you mind?
Ah, the glamour of police.
The
work.
glamour. Okay.
Now, Mr. Hastings, if I could ask you a few questions.
Just
Go
a few.
on, then.
Dozen.
What can you tell me about the recent burglaries?
I wish Cecilia had contacted you a lot sooner. She's a damn fine woman. But sometimes I think she'd rather jump in a rose bush than ask for help. Had to take matters into my own hands. This needs taken care of, and we can't do it on our own, as much as Cecilia would like to. Anyhow, alls I know is someone's been making off with some flowers and leaving money behind.
Kind of how things
No
go
idea
when
who
you
it
buy
could
things.
be, how they're getting in, or why they even bother paying. In my day, if you robbed a place, you did it the right way. It's a sad state of affairs when even burglars don't do their jobs correctly.
Do you
Wow.
have much experience with burglary, Mr. Hastings?
Now, I never said that, detective.
Have you noticed anyone or anything suspicious around here recently?
Nothing but the usual roughnecks, ragamuffins, and drunkards. Like I said, it's a real mystery.
Okay, the
Could you
breweries.
walk me through the process of your deliveries?
Of course, there's no great science to it. On Monday, Wednesday, and Friday afternoons, Cecilia gives me her list of flowers to pick up from the wholesalers. I head over to Gascon around sunset when they get their shipment, and I give them her order.
Okay.
They load up the crate, I pay for it, and then I lug it back here.
How long does that take?
Between moving the crate and getting it across the river on the ferry, a couple of hours. Usually the store's closed by then, so I use my key to get in and leave the crate inside for
My key.
Cecilia to open in the morning. That's all there is to it. Told you it wasn't very complicated.
Do you ever leave the crate unattended during that time?
No, sir. Never more than a minute. I may be old, but I got good eyes. I'd see if there were anything amiss. Besides that, I check to make sure the crate is still sealed when I drop it off. I'm not about to let Cecilia down by being careless.
Well, that's nice to know. Okay.
How long have you been working for Mrs. Hanbrook?
Been about 10 years now, I
Okay,
reckon.
so that point's
I
right.
used to help with deliveries now and then when it was her and David, her husband. But after he passed, she offered to make me her assistant. Unfortunate way to get it, but I needed the work. Used to be I had a job at one of the airship yards, but they let me go after I was injured by one of those newfangled steam machines. So the offer came at a good time. Besides that, Cecilia needed looking after, even
Okay.
though she'd never admit it. If I'm being honest, we're both getting a bit long in the tooth. Not sure how much longer we'll be keeping this up, but as long as I'm upright and breathing, I'll be bringing these crates along. Even if it is murder on my back.
I admire your work ethic.
I've got a job to do. Not enough people these days seem to respect
I
that.
understand that too.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Hastings. I'll let you get back to work.
Appreciate it, Detective. If you don't mind, Detective, I still need to check the crate before I bring it in.
Of course. Thank you again for your help.
Okay.
Learn
Bill's
anything?
Possibly. I may have an idea.
Ah, you're being cryptic. That's always a good sign.
Oh, I like being
But
cryptic.
if you've got a plan, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Got a minute, Bill?
For you, Miles, I've got
I'm gonna
5.
walk to the center of the building, the room again. Oh, no.
Right. Based on what we've been told in our experiment, I can only conclude that our burglar is using the upstairs window to get into the shop.
So what do you propose we do about it?
It's happened repeatedly over the past 3 weeks, on one of the delivery nights. Since it has yet to occur this week, and today is Friday, logic dictates it should be tonight.
Logic.
So we settle in and wait to see if the burglar returns? Catch him in the act?
Exactly. It's our best chance of solving this before the trail goes cold.
Sounds reasonable.
And I was really looking forward to getting that drink at the Angel tonight, too.
I know, but it's as you said yourself. There'll be plenty of other opportunities. Besides, forbearance is good for the soul.
Spoken like someone who truly has no idea how to have any fun.
I'm sure I'll get the hang of it one of these days, especially with your expert tutelage.
Okay, let's go have a chat with Mrs. Hambrook. I'm sure she'll be delighted to know we're spending the night.
Why not? Oh, we're here.
Damn, forgot to bring my deck of cards again.
At least it's quiet up here. I'm surprised we didn't go deaf.
It'd be really
after the last
comfortable
time
just
we did
kind of
this.
kneel behind
What?
that
I
for
said,
the whole evening.
no, right. Your sense of humor remains on point.
On Pine TV.
Miles, have you ever considered leaving all this behind?
What, you mean quitting the force?
The Force, the city, going off and seeing what else is out there, you know?
I'd miss it too much. Wouldn't you?
I was thinking I might visit Harley out west. She makes it sound like a dream in her letters. Wide open spaces, fresh air. I know I'm a city boy and would probably miss New Bretagne's filth and squalor after a week, but...
You should do it. Change of scenery never hurt anyone. Plus, it's much easier for you than it is for me. I've got a family to consider, after all.
Hey.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that, Bill. It's just...
Shh. I think I heard something.
I'm looking at the... Oh, somebody's there.
Oh, no.
Bill?
Dang it.
Stop! Police!
Damn it! He's got up the fire escape. We can corner him on the roof. Stay close and keep me covered.
What the hell? How'd you lose your hat, Bill? Oh, man.
Bill!
Stay back, officer. I've got a knife. Ready your pistol, Fordham.
But you're too close!
I trust you, Miles. Your pistol, now! There's really no need for this, officer. I respect your desire to uphold justice. Mine is more important. If you let me go, I won't come back. And we can all forget this ever happened. Don't listen to this lunatic, Miles. Take your shot before things get worse.
I will take a shot.
No!
Whoops.
Bill! Oh, God! I am so sorry, my friend. I am so sorry.
Maybe I should have reasoned with the burglar. 3 months later. I guess I'm the one drinking now. And you know what? I think this would be a good place. Whoop.
Rough night?
We will wait. Wait.
Overdid it on the soporific. Why do I feel like I've had this conversation before?
I'm just glad you're in the mood to converse again. Seriously, you took so much of that snake oil last night, I was starting to think you wanted me quiet for good.
That was the idea.
So
Come
I'm now
now,
having
you don't really
hallucinations
mean
with Bill.
that.
Well, at least I don't
Believe
have to
me,
worry about
I
not
do.
having conversations
I know
with
it's
him.
not easy, but there's really no need.
Not easy. Bill, I've been hearing your voice since you died. You don't shut up unless I take that accursed medicine. I'd say that qualifies as a bit more than not easy.
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? You think I enjoy being trapped here, listening to you whine about how hard your life's become?
Oh,
You at
man.
least still have yours.
I feel
Losing my grip on reality, and it's all because of you.
Believe me, I know. It's not a pretty situation. But the bottom fact is, you're stuck with me. So you can either keep living this way and ruin your life even more than you already have, or you can do as I've told you and try to figure out a way to let me move on.
Oh, God. Okay.
Right. For the 1000th time, you want me to find the burglar from the flower shop.
Yes, exactly.
I still don't get how that's going to help.
I can understand your confusion, considering it was you who killed me. But the point remains. You wouldn't have been in that situation in the first place if not for him. Once the criminal has been caught and is in custody, we'll both get what we want.
Wow. Justice? A decent night's
Decent
sleep.
night's sleep?
More than that, you'll have that elusive thing you always wanted to give others.
Uh-oh.
Closure.
Okay, closure.
You do realize the trail's pretty much frozen at this point. Our man has seemingly vanished into the ether.
That's no excuse not to keep trying. I know the cases Upton's been giving you these past few months haven't been the most thrilling, but they've at least kept you active. So just keep at it. Something has to turn up eventually. Unless, of course, you want to wind up in Riverview Asylum. And if that happens, I'm really not going to keep quiet.
Fine.
Good man. Now, I suggest you stop talking to thin air, or Adelaide's going to start wondering if you've gone mental.
Probably smart.
Or just maybe, she'll stop wondering.
Very funny.
You're droll, Bill. You're very droll. Are we good? And I'm going to pause things ended here. I like it. This is fun. I have every intention to come back and play some more. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, this is a kind of a quick peek at it. I'm intrigued. I like adventure games. I always like this style of game. I've always been kind of fun. And, you know, for me, it's just, I like, it's just a good story. Caught me off guard with the whole, now I've got a dead person hanging out of my brain kind of thing. It's an interesting twist that I would not have ever considered, and I like it. Anyway, hope you guys like it too. There will be a link in the description down below if you are interested to pick up the game. There will be a link to Steam, but anyway. Thanks again, everybody, and I'll see you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
This is a song for all the